you. You know, I wouldn't treat you that way, no. I've been running, can't catch up. Oh, love, what I won't do. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls. Oh, you got me chasing waterfalls.
Good girl, Bonnie.
All of the times
Little social butterfly.
times I came through, I'd meet you anywhere if it brought me closer to you.
Hello. I did a volunteer trip in Thailand and I want to talk about it. I volunteered in Thailand last September. It's currently July, so it's been a couple months. I've been traveling. I travel for work. I'm a full-time travel EMT, and I also have 2 babes now that travel with me. I volunteered in Thailand for 2 weeks with the company Global Work and Travel, and I volunteered with a nonprofit organization called Rescue Paws Thailand. They basically do street dog rescue and rehabilitation. They do sterilization, they do treatment and release. I want to talk about the company that I booked this entire trip through first, which is Global Work and Travel. I want to talk about them just because I have a second trip coming up in like 3 weeks, actually. I just want to emphasize all of the different trips and experiences you can book and you can have, and how easy the process is going through them. I did nothing. I paid for the trip and I showed up and got on the plane, and then I showed up and went into the accommodations that were provided for me that I didn't have to book. I didn't have to think twice about. I got in the transportation that was planned for me, and I went to all the activities that they provided and paid for and planned for me, and it was just so easy and so amazing. Just the trip, the entire trip was insane, absolutely amazing. I don't even know how to express and articulate just how great of a time that I had. I really don't. I kind of suck. I really do. I did not vlog a single bit while I was in Thailand, and I want to preference that I didn't do that because of the reason I was there and the things that I was doing. I want to be 100% in the moment, here, present, experiencing all of this, and that's exactly what I did. And I really want to touch on the experiences that we did. It is all coordinated and set up with Rescue Paws. So before I even went, I knew that on the weekends when we weren't volunteering at the shelter, we had scheduled activities, we had tickets that were paid for, we had all of the things. We just had to show up. We genuinely just had to show up. We took a trip to multiple different temples and meditated with monks, which is something I would have never thought to book or do by myself. They give you the whole breakdown. They give you the location, they give you how many meals you're gonna get, they give you all the activities that are planned. So before I even went to Thailand, I knew I was going to the elephant sanctuary. I knew I was gonna take a Muay Thai class. I knew we were gonna do a cooking class. And the spare time that was allotted between all of that, I could plan my own excursions if I wanted to. This was really cool. This was an amazing opportunity. We went to a temple that houses refugee Burmese children, and we spent a few hours there, and during our time we made flashcards and we were teaching them English, and we were playing games. We played musical chairs and we were dancing and running, and it was so fun. The volunteers accommodations that we stayed at during our time with Rescue Paws was a 2-minute walk from the beach, and it was so nice to just supply the funds and have somebody else plan my entire trip and not have to worry about, is this taxi safe? Is this cab safe? Is this activity safe? Like, I just constantly, a lot of the time, I have to look over my shoulder, and this felt like a weight that was lifted off. I don't even know how to how to describe this. I just wish everybody could go and experience this. I really do. I felt like I could just show up and do my best and be my best and experience everything. And I thought that not vlogging it and having the camera out would help me do that. So that's why I did that. Everything was planned, everything was organized, and I didn't have to do a single bit of it, which is so great because I travel by myself. I travel all over, everywhere by myself, and it's exhausting. Just a little bit. I want to show you my new co-star. If you've seen my other travel vlogs, you know that I travel with my dog, Finley. We travel for work. I travel for work. She comes with me. And then I went to Thailand. And now I have a new co-star. I had a favorite dog. My favorite dog had a problem with his leg. And he needed a home. And I have a home. I adopted one of the dogs that I worked with at the rescue shelter. This is my big guy, Archie. And this is my Finley May.
Rescue Paws found Archie when he was just a puppy with a broken leg that he could barely walk on. Archie was by himself in the jungle, and had Rescue Paws not found him or taken him back to the shelter for treatment and rehab, he likely would not have survived. Archie was too weak for surgery initially, so the team waited and provided aid and care to the infestation of worms and fleas he had, before later amputating his injured leg altogether. Archie spent about a year in total under Rescue Paws care, who provided everything from treatment, vaccines, sterilization, and day-to-day necessities like food, before I was able to fly him home to the United States. Rescue Paws runs strictly on donations to make all of this happen, and the labor of volunteers looking to make a difference. I'm forever grateful for every volunteer that came and the amazing vet team who not only took care of Archie, but all of the other sick and injured cats and dogs that I got to work with. Archie has been thriving in his new home since he arrived in March, and he is absolutely obsessed with his big sister Finley. All of Rescue Paws' socials and information will be in the description. Please consider donating if you have the means, or ultimately changing not only your life, but all of the animal lives as well by volunteering with them.
The trip itself for me lasted 2 weeks. I believe the street dog rescue and rehabilitation trip specifically on Global Work and Travel's website is between 2 and 12 weeks, and regardless of how long you choose to stay within that time frame, it is the same price. Unfortunately, I travel the States for work. I just cannot get off long enough to stay as long as I would have liked to. I did everything under the sun to try to stay for another week, but it just wasn't possible for me. So I made the most, like I said, of the 2 weeks that I was there, and I wanted to do all the things and experience the most. I also want to talk about my upcoming trip with Global Work and Travel that I have. I will be going to South Africa with Global Work and Travel to do another volunteer trip. I chose the Marine Conservation volunteer trip this time. I will be there for a total of 3 weeks. I'm so excited. I do plan on vlogging this one. I do plan on vlogging it. I do have a code with Global Work and Travel that you can use to get $100 off any trip, working, volunteering, traveling, camping, teaching, anything. They have so many different, trips you can take, but also price ranges. And fortunately, that was one of the trips that was in my budget at the time. The trip that I'm going on in about a month, I splurged a little bit extra on just the equipment that we're going to be using. Mind you, it is one total payment that you pay, and that includes everything. That includes the meals, the accommodation, the experience, the equipment, all of the things. So my upcoming trip will be using scuba diving equipment. I will be getting certified. Even if you can't book the trip yet, or you're undecided on what trip to take, turn on their notification, save their page, save the information, follow their socials. You can transfer the deposit to any trip. So at some point, if you're no longer able to set months aside to go work in a new country, you can exchange that trip for a volunteer trip like I did. Not to pick favorites, but the street dog rescue and rehabilitation is pretty cool. Just saying.
Both Rescue Paws and Global Work and Travel's information will be in the description, as well as a code Global gave me for you to get $100 off any trip you choose. The code is Daria2929, and that code is good for any trip in any country that is listed on Global's website. All of my social media is linked on my channel as well, so you can stay up to date with me and how Archie's getting on in his new life in the States.
Oh, you got me chasing waterfall. Oh, you got me chasing waterfall.
My big homie.